you must have so many different stories. How long was it? Was it 2 months or just over 5 months you were traveling with those guys?
No, it was only like 2 months, I'd say.
Two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 2 months, and just like in that time period, had tons of fun, tons of laughs. Heard some crazy stories that I can't share ever.
I can imagine.
Um, but some good stuff, and um, yeah, and I'm trying to think of if there's any other stories. I had I was kind of watching like I was watching. Oh, so I have to bring this up, right? Like Eddie was pretty intense at times too. We I was wrestling, I was tagging with JBL against Rey Mysterio and Bob Holly in Laredo, Texas, which is right on the border. And literally the lead up to the opening to the show was they showed the border. They showed that's Mexico. This is the United States. This is Texas, right? And started the show to start the show off. The crowd is 90% Hispanic. And JBL, they fucking ding 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 ding, his all that sounds. He comes out and he has a sombrero. He's wearing a sombrero. He's got jumper cables around his neck, a bottle of tequila in one hand. He's carrying a Mexican flag. He's wearing a poncho. He's got an inner tube around his waist, and he's pulling a donkey. And there's like another guy named Juan that was fucking kind of holding on to the donkey as well, right? And so we got to the ring, we did this thing, and I remember going into it, JBL just said, "We're probably gonna get some heat out there tonight. Uh, if if someone hops the rail, if someone jumps in the ring, make an example out of the first one. Just make an example out of the first one. Just punch him square in the nose, boom, and then we'll go back to back, and we'll fight our way to the back." That was that was the buildup. I'm thinking, this is gonna be great. Um, so we go out and he proceeds to he got more heat. If you watch that, the heat, the nuclear heat that he got
Damn.
from that
Yeah.
building. And he would get that regularly. We would go to like Italy. He would sing America the Beautiful as terribly as he possibly could, right? And I remember one time you could just hear this like rumbling and people there's and it just got louder and louder and the rumbling got louder and louder and the whole building was literally shaking, and it was them singing their national anthem and stomping their feet as loud as they could just to drown out what JBL was doing. It was really cool to be a part of that. But I remember so JBL gets in the ring and he drops the Mexican flag on the ground in the middle of the ring. And then he fucking somehow, with the inner tube around his waist, squeezes his way in, and he's standing there, gets the microphone, and he starts cutting a promo, and he's saying, like stuff that just would not fly today. Um, and he steps on the flag. He stepped on it like intentionally, and I think he cut the whole promo standing on the flag. And I remember, so we had the match, everything's fine. We didn't have to make an example out of anybody. Made it to the back just fine. Come back, and Eddie is like, he's standing there and he's shaking, and he's like, JBL, I need to talk to you. Come here. And he's like, pulled him over, and he was like, you don't understand, Holmes. In America, you do something like that, they will boo you. In Mexico, they'll fucking kill you. He was dead serious. It was funny. But I want to say, like, JBL was just getting heat. He wasn't. I don't believe that he feels that way.
Oh no,
He
not at
was
all.
just playing a character, and that there are people that feel that way, and
Hmm.
that are that openly racist, and he was
Yeah,
portraying that to get heat,
of course.
I mean, to tell the
Yeah,
story.
I mean, it's kind of
Sorry,
the.
I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, 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 not at all. I was just saying, like, do you think in any way that Eddie was like, this is my place, and that he kind of bought into it a little bit, and it maybe soured how Eddie felt about the angle. No,
Well, he felt responsible, I think, for
right? Yeah.
just smartening, and it wasn't done out of it was done out of love. It was like,
Mhm.
damn it, you can't do this. This is
Mhm.
too you pushed it too far. And to be fair, like JBL was like, I'm sorry, I didn't,
Mhm. You
you
know,
know,
JBL for us again as the fans, I feel like we got the absolute best of JBL towards the end of his career. I think, see, like
he was
we, I feel like he, if we had that JBL earlier in JBL's career, like I truly feel like we were not satisfied. We only just got JBL, like the best version of him, and then he kind of hung it up, which is unfortunate. There's
well,
probably
luckily we were able to still, be exposed to his talent through
Mhm,
the calling of, play by
mhm,
play, color commentary and
mhm,
stuff. And now I've been seeing he's he's killing it. He's crushing it with these
mhm,
promos that he's doing now. Like, he's getting. I think GCW's used him. Some of the other like super indies have used him.
mhm.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
He's still doing it. But I 100% agree with you. He was he was cool. I loved watching his matches because he knew how to manipulate the crowd, and it wasn't like, yeah, he got cheap heat, but the man, it was entertaining.
Mhm.
Nobody else was
Absolutely.
doing it. Nobody else was doing it at the time. So
No. Totally. And like what was it? I can't remember who it was, but someone came out and essentially called Alberto Del Rio JBL. I think it was Cena. He was like, "Hey, aren't you just JBL?" When Alberto Del Rio came out, all
mhm,
suavish, and that's when you know that you've become almost like no one compared him to the $1 Million Man, because that would be the obvious go-to. It
mhm,
was JBL, because JBL truly did create a new character that you probably now still see elements of in other superstars, but Alberto Del Rio being one of them. With a
yep.
limo and his own wee announcer. It truly was. It was special.